Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us in Wyln News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week. Officials say a Hazleton City police cruiser was involved in a motor vehicle accident on Friday while transporting an injured child. Officials say they were first flagged down around 1 o'clock p.m. by a female who reported that a child had been struck by a vehicle. According to police, the child was lying in the roadway and not moving. At the request of the child's family and due to the severity of the child's injuries, Hazleton police began transporting the child with family members to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. However, during the transport, police report that the Hazleton City police cruiser was involved in a motor vehicle accident with an SUV. As a result of the accident, West Broad Street was temporarily shut down between Wyoming and Laurel Streets. The incident is still under investigation. Stay tuned on Wyln for updates on this developing story. Crews responded to a residential structure fire in West Hazleton on Sunday. According to officials, the fire broke out around 4 o'clock a.m. in the 500 block of Winters Avenue. Fire crews from Hazleton, Hazel Township, and West Hazleton responded to the blaze. Officials say the fire was located in the rear of the building and was contained to the area of origin.
A New Jersey man was arrested by Hanover Township Police on Saturday for driving a stolen vehicle. According to police, Amadio Batista Damaso was taken into custody following a traffic stop on Dexter Street. Officers say the suspect had been driving a vehicle that was stolen out of New York City. Batista Damaso was transported to the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. He faces charges of receiving stolen property and disposition of a vehicle with an altered vehicle identification number in connection with the incident.
A Hazleton man has been charged after police say he was found trying to smuggle a loaded gun into the Luzerne County Prison. Wilkes-Barre City Police say the incident occurred on Wednesday morning while 3 people, including 22-year-old Renan Teneo of Hazleton, were being processed into the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. Officers say they were called back to the facility when a loaded .38 caliber handgun was found in Teneo's shoe. Officials say Teneo asked to use the bathroom and was told to drop all of his clothes during the intake process. When corrections officers grabbed Teneo's clothing, they found the loaded gun in his shoe, as stated in the affidavit. Investigators also noted that the gun in Teneo's possession had an altered serial number. Teneo was charged with contraband, illegal possession of a firearm, firearms not to be carried without a license, and possession of a firearm with an altered serial number in connection with the incident. The National Weather Service has confirmed that an EF1 tornado touched down in Montnoy City on Monday. According to meteorologists, the storm reached maximum wind speeds of 90 miles per hour and traveled along a path that was 1.5 miles long and 75 yards wide. Officials say the Montnoy Area School District sustained heavy damage due to the storm, including water damage, broken windows, fallen trees, and damage to the school's roof. Many other homes and buildings were also damaged in the storm, and hundreds of residents lost power Monday evening. The National Weather Service says additional details regarding the storm will be released at a later date. The Hazleton Integration Project held an open house event on Wednesday to showcase their new food insecurity initiatives, including a new facility. Public officials and members of the community were invited to tour the newly upgraded facility, which includes Luzerne County's first and only fresh food pantry. The pantry is a partnership between the HIP Center and the Geisinger Health Systems to provide fresh, healthy foods to those suffering from chronic illnesses and in need of assistance. The HIP Center currently provides perishable and non-perishable goods weekly to over 300 families in the area. Their goal is to double that number within the next 18 months. Several guests gave remarks at the open house, including MLB manager and Hazleton resident Joe Madden, Senator David Argel, State Representative Dane Watrow, and Congressman Matt Cartwright. We spoke with Cartwright about the Food Insecurity Initiative and how it benefits the Hazleton area.
This is a great day because it's really the announcement of the success of the Hazleton Integration Project's Food Insecurity Program, something that I was thrilled to be able to fund You know, I made it to the top of the House Appropriations Committee, and it puts me in a position to bring our fair share of federal tax dollars back to this area. And this is an example. To be able to invigorate a program like this.
The food pantry is also being facilitated by members of the HIP Core United. The group consists of many high-achieving high school students within the Hazleton area who research the social issues that stem from food insecurity. The open house also featured a showing of the Untold Stories documentary, which highlights films made by the students about the personal challenges of those experiencing food insecurity. Hazleton Integration Project co-founder Bob Curry spoke with us about engaging with the community through programs like this.
Well, we wanted to introduce the community to all the different things we're doing within the space of food insecurity. We wanted to be sure we're well known at this point for all the educational programs we run. We run pre-Ks, after-school, athletic programs, cultural programs, but not near as many people understand just how committed we are to the food insecurity issue and finding creative ways to solve it.
The HIP Center Open House was held on Wednesday, May 29th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hazleton Area High School's graduation ceremony will once again be broadcast live on WYLN. The broadcast will begin at 6 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, June 5th. The ceremony can also be viewed live on the WYLN TV 35 YouTube channel. Coming up on WYLN News, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with St. Clair Part 4. Plus we check in with State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's Weekly Update. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow's going to be partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Another St. Clairian to make his mark on the world was Dr. Claude Beck, who would be a pioneer in cardiology. Working for most of his career at the medical facilities of Cleveland's Case Western Reserve University, Dr. Beck was a forerunner in working to restore circulation to the heart. using a method that implanted pectoral muscle into the pericardium. He was also the first to determine the physiological basis for acute cardiac tamponade and pioneered the Beck 1 and Beck 2 operations. He is perhaps best remembered, though, for performing the first defibrillation in 1947 on a 14-year-old boy who went into cardiac arrest during surgery. When manually massaging the boy's heart for 45 minutes did not revive him, Dr. Beck used the defibrillator he had designed with his friend James Ram to shock the heart back to normal. The boy would make a full recovery afterwards. Back in St. Clair itself, coal mining would continue as a major economic driver for the town. The dangers of the mines, however, remained constant for those that entered them. On the morning of April 27, 1938, miners were working at the Buck Vein No. 9 of the St. Clair Coal Company outside town. Suddenly, two colossal explosions shook the mine. As they blew the mine entrance shut, rescue teams had to carry the survivors out an emergency exit shaft. 10 men lost their lives in the disaster, the worst mining accident in St. Clair's history. It was later determined that one of the support pillars had collapsed, releasing methane into the mine, which then ignited. As the 20th century progressed, sizable changes in shopping swept across America. Whereas for years a community's downtown was the heart and soul of purchasing goods, by the 1960s malls had started to grow in popularity as shopping destinations. In March 1967, ground was broken on a hill above Route 61 just south of St. Clair in a new mall. The new facility was given the name of the Fairlane Village Mall, after the Ford Fairlane, which landowners Robert and William Seitzinger sold at their nearby Ford dealership. Construction would be held up for several years, as a coal vein was discovered on the mall's property while digging it out. PennDOT was also initially unwilling to build an access road to the proposed mall from the highway. Eventually, the impasse would be resolved, and work on the mall resumed by August 1973. The mall opened for business on August 13, 1974, when the Boskov store that served as the anchor in the mall's north end opened its doors. Within 2 years, all the mall's storefronts had filled in. A Woolco department store anchored the south end, as did McCrory's on the west side. Other businesses in the mall's early years would include Ray and Derrick Drugstore, A to Z Vacuum Cleaner Mart, Fashion Bug, and Zales Jewelers. For younger visitors, the mall's Spaceport Arcade would offer them video game thrills for many years to come. Fox Theaters also operate in the mall for moviegoers. Opening for viewings on March 12, 1975, each of its 2 theaters could seat 395 patrons. By the mid-90s, it had become Carmike Cinemas. The theater closed in October 2000, then reopened in April 2001 as the Pottsville Cinemas. It closed for good in 2008. The Woolco anchor store would close for business in January 1983 after its parent company Woolworth shut all American Woolco stores down. A GB department store moved into the South Anchor space on July 12, 1983. It would serve the Fairlane Village Mall for 10 years until the chain was purchased by Value City following GB's emergence of bankruptcy in the early 90s. The store reopened as a Value City on February 25, 1993, and remained in the mall until the Value City chain went out of business in November 2008. Other stores cycled in and out of the mall over the years as well, including Van Scoy Diamond Mine, Walden Books, Schuylkill Valley Sporting Goods, Roma Delight Italian Restaurant, Puppy Love Pet Store, Coney Express Restaurant, Wright Craft, and Rue 21. The mall underwent a major makeover in 1995, one that also increased Boskov's retail space. The renovated mall opened for business on October 12, 1995. With a wider trend of switching to online shopping as the 21st century progressed, the Fairlane Village Mall has suffered an emptying out of its stores over the years, much as other malls have. Still, the mall holds on today, with Boskov still anchoring the north end as it has from the beginning. Through the Fairlane Village Mall's early history, Route 61 northbound made a sharp turn down a hill into St. Clair just north of the mall's property. It traveled through downtown St. Clair and 2nd Street, then veered northeast out of town, originally going through the village of Darkwater, which was largely bought out and demolished by the state when the road was widened in the early 1940s. The highway then passed underneath a railroad bridge before heading up Broad Mountain towards Frackville. The problem for St. Clair residents, though, was that traffic was frequently backed up in town during rush hour, with vehicles having to navigate 4 traffic lights on the strip. By the mid-1980s, after decades of trying, spearheaded by longtime Mayor Joseph H. Long, residents successfully petitioned the state to build a bypass around the community to ease congestion. The new road was built in the former Pennsylvania Railroad bed to the west of St. Clair proper. The St. Clair Bypass, officially called the Joseph H. Long Highway in honor of the former mayor who made it possible, opened to traffic on January 30, 1988, and continues to carry traffic on Route 61 around the borough on its way north to Frackville and south to Pottsville. The former alignment of Route 61 is now buried under a Walmart superstore that opened above St. Clair in 2001.
Smith Floral is a full-service florist and greenhouse. They sell their own vegetables grown from seed in their own greenhouses. Peppers, cucumbers, eggplant, kohlrabi, over 25 varieties of tomatoes, and so much more. All varieties of herbs, bedding plants, hanging baskets, and perennials. They grow their own geraniums, plus cemetery tributes including logs and mixed pots. Stop by Smith Floral at 555 North Broad Street in West Hazleton. Smith Floral has been serving the Hazleton area since 1896. Once again, it's time for the Weatherly Hill Climb. Watch it live Saturday, June 8th from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on WYLN TV 35. Hosted by Marty Burns with special guest Chris Barrett from the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau and Tom Knorr. Check it out on WYLN TV 35. It's the Weatherly Hill Climb, live Saturday, June 8th.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Hello, this is State Representative Dane Watrow with information for struggling homeowners. The Pennsylvania Homeowner Assistance Fund provides financial assistance to qualified homeowners for mortgage and housing-related expenses to address delinquency and avoid default, foreclosure, or displacement from their homes. Funds will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis to eligible applicants. Priority will be given to homeowners facing an imminent action such as notice of foreclosure, sheriff's sale, or utility shutoff. More information about the program, eligibility, and how to apply is available at the Homeowners Assistance Fund's website. Until next time, this is State Representative Dane Watrow. Thank you.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Araceli was in a terrible accident. She was in so much pain when she first came here. I'm sure she was afraid, don't hurt me. So tune in on the show and listen to her story of how chiropractic is helping her to get back to normal life again.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joining in with Dr. John.
I'm always thankful you take the time to come here.
I love coming here. It's one of my favorite places.
Good guy.
Speaking of that, people are kind of, a little afraid to come here, a little nervous because of chiropractic. So tell us a little bit about, why they shouldn't be nervous.
Ryan, if you could step into my shoes that first visit, I walk in the room and you could see it. You could see it on their eyes.
I was the same way, I'm pretty sure.
So I say to them, tell me about your previous chiropractic experience. And many will say how I was hurt, or this guy was so rough, or blah. So then once I at least know where they're coming from, then I can say, okay, we're not going to crack your neck like that. Or we're going to be more gentle. Or we have massage therapy. So the key is to communicate. You, the patient, must tell the doctor what you want out of the chiropractic experience. If you want it more gentle. If you're a 30-year-old muscle building type of guy and you want a rougher adjustment, communicate that. So you both have to be on the same team with each other. So then people are not afraid. It's so exciting on the second visit when they come to give me high fives to say, I'm not nervous anymore. You explain what you're doing. It's gentle. Yeah, I'm feeling better and better, Ryan. So I will never retire because it's great to see that experience.
It is. I mean, I experienced it myself and it was fantastic. So
Agree.
I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday, and we'll see you next time.